In this video, we are going to be finding the slope and the y-intercept of a line given its equation in the form y is equal to mx plus b. So if you have an equation in the form of y equals mx plus b, like this here, your m is going to be equal to your slope. That's what your slope is, okay? And the b out here is your y-intercept. Okay? Now also recall, if you have a horizontal line like this, okay, the slope on that is going to be 0. And it's going to be, well, the equation will look like this. Y is equal to some sort of number, okay? On this one, it looks like it was probably 2. Now, the slope, when you do not have an x, the slope will be equal to 0. Okay, the reason for that is, I'll explain it really quickly, is your slope is rise over run. Okay, so we have rise over run. But notice that this line, it runs because it goes left and right, but it never actually rises. Okay, so on this one, it would be 0 over some number, whatever number. Okay, and 0 divided by any number, except for 0, is 0. That's why it has a slope of 0. Now on this one, we have a vertical line, which of course is x equals some sort of number. Looks like on this one, it's also x equals 2. Okay, and on these, you're going to have a slope that is undefined. Okay, so undefined slope. And the reason for that being is that this thing rises, but it doesn't run. So the run is 0. And we know that anytime you divide by 0, you don't get an actual answer. It's undefined. So that's the reason the slope is undefined. All right, so let's see if we can get these. Our first problem, we have y is equal to negative 8x minus 5. Okay, so your number in front of x is negative 8, and that is your slope. Okay, so right here, that's our slope, the number in front of the x. So slope is negative 8. And then this number out here by itself is your y-intercept, okay, and that is negative 5. Okay, and that's it on that problem. Let's take a look at the next one. On this one, you want it to be in y is equal to mx plus b format, but it looks like these two things are in the wrong order. So I can just change them. I can make it y is equal to, and I'll put the negative x first and then the minus 1. Okay, if I do that, now I'm in y is equal to mx plus b. Now we can see the y-intercept is the number out here, the b, that is negative 1. Okay, but what about the slope? What's this number in front of x? There's a negative sign there, so we know the number is negative, but there's not an actual number there. You can assume it's a 1, so negative 1 would be our slope. So both the y-intercept and the slope on that one was negative 1. Let's look at a few more. Okay, on this one, we have y is equal to 4/3 x, and there's no number out here. So y is equal to mx plus b. The b is unwritten, so we'll assume that the b is 0 since there isn't one. So our y-intercept, the number that would be out here, is 0 since there's not a number. The slope is the number in front of x, and the number in front of x here is 4/3. So that is our slope. Okay, let's look at the next one. So this one is y is equal to a number. Remember, this is a horizontal line. Okay, so the horizontal line, recall, I'll bring this back up for a second. Recall that the horizontal line right here has a slope of 0. Okay, so this thing has a slope equal to 0. And the y-intercept will be whatever this number is, because just like this, it goes through whatever that number is on the y-axis. So our y-intercept, since we don't have an x, and you can think of it still as y equals mx plus b. We don't have an x, so we don't have this term, but we do have a b, that's this number, so 5/4 is our y-intercept. Okay. One more problem. So we've got x is equal to a number, so remember this is a vertical line. Okay, and a vertical line has an undefined slope, okay, because it rises, but it doesn't run, so we're dividing by 0, and that makes it undefined. So the slope of this vertical line is undefined, okay, and the y-intercept is where you cross the y-axis. Now, this one is not going to cross the y-axis, and I'll sketch a quick graph here of this thing so you can see why. Remember, this is a vertical line that is 3/2, which is between 1 and 2. So right here. So this vertical line would look like this. Okay. So it'll go straight up and down like the y-axis. So it'll never actually touch the y-axis, which means there is no y-intercept. And that's it.